Sure, here's a 3,000-word YouTube video script about the Su-27SM 2025 for your channel name, with no headings as requested. The Su-27SM in 2025 is not just a modernized version of a legendary aircraft, it's a symbol of how old warhorses can be reborn for the digital battlefield. This isn't just a Cold War relic with a few new gadgets bolted on. It's a seriously upgraded fighter that's being used to fill in critical air defense roles while fifth-generation aircraft like the Su-27 and foreign stealth jets dominate the headlines. And yet, despite its age, the Su-27SM remains highly relevant in the skies today, especially in the Russian Air Force. Let's explore why. The story of the Su-27SM begins with a simple truth: the original Su-27 was built for air dominance. Big, fast, long-range, and heavily armed. When it first flew in the late 1970s and entered service in the 1980s, it was designed to counter the F-15 Eagle and protect Soviet airspace. With twin Saturn AL-31F engines and a thrust-to-weight ratio that gave it superb maneuverability, it was a pilot's dream. But the world changed after the Cold War, and so did warfare. Russia realized that their existing Su-27s, while powerful, couldn't keep up with modern multi-role demands and modern threats like stealth aircraft, advanced radar systems, and long-range missiles. That's when the Su-27SM program was born. The SM stands for Seryny Modernizorovany, which basically means serially modernized. It was a mid-life update that added precision strike capabilities, improved avionics, and better survivability. Fast forward to 2025, and we're seeing the last of these upgraded Su-27SM variants still flying in key operational roles, especially within Russia's western and southern military districts. While Russia has newer aircraft like the Su-35S and the Su-57, the Su-27SM remains valuable because of its range, its weapons capacity, and its rugged reliability. So what makes the Su-27SM of 2025 different from its earlier forms? The core upgrades are in three areas: avionics, weapons systems, and mission flexibility. Let's start with the cockpit. The original analog gauges have been replaced by digital multifunction displays. A new radar, the N001V, has been installed, giving it improved tracking, targeting, and air-to-ground strike capabilities. This radar is capable of simultaneously tracking up to 10 targets and engaging 2 of them with radar-guided missiles like the R-77. In addition to radar, the Su-27SM now features improved electronic warfare systems. The aircraft has been equipped with new radar warning receivers, countermeasure dispensers, and a digital flight control system that helps pilots handle complex maneuvers under high stress. In an age of jamming and electronic deception, survivability isn't just about speed, it's about data and deception. The Su-27SM brings that to the table. Weapons-wise, the Su-27SM can carry a wider variety of ordnance than the base Su-27. It's now capable of precision-guided munitions like the CAB-500 laser-guided bomb, and it can launch the Kh-29 air-to-surface missile, which gives it real strike punch against hardened ground targets. That's a big shift from the original air superiority focus of the Su-27, making the SM version a true multi-role fighter. It can take out enemy fighters, ground-based radar, armor columns, and even ships, all in the same sortie if needed. But what's it like to fly one in 2025? For pilots, the Su-27SM remains a challenge and a thrill. With a massive airframe, a high thrust-to-weight ratio, and fly-by-wire assistance, it's still capable of the famous Pugachev's Cobra maneuver, where the nose of the jet pitches up to 120 degrees before leveling out again. It's not just for air shows, it can break a missile lock or force an enemy pilot into an overshoot. However, in 2025, the emphasis is less on aerobatics and more on information warfare. Su-27SM pilots now fly as part of networked groups. Through data links, they share sensor data and target information with other aircraft and ground stations. That transforms the Su-27SM from a lone hunter into part of a digital kill web. Even though it's not stealthy, it becomes harder to kill because it knows where threats are before it's seen. Let's talk about range. One of the enduring advantages of the Su-27 platform is its fuel capacity. With a ferry range of over 3,700 kilometers and the option for external drop tanks, the Su-27SM is perfect for patrolling vast Russian airspace or operating far from base in a crisis. Even today, in 2025, this long-range capability is vital, especially in regions like the Arctic or the Far East where airfields are few and far between. The Su-27SM also continues to serve as a training and conversion platform for younger pilots who may eventually move on to the Su-35 or Su-57. It helps Russia maintain a large force of trained, combat-capable pilots. And for countries that can't afford the Su-35 or are sanctioned out of the Su-57 program, upgraded Su-27s remain a practical, combat-ready option. So where is the Su-27SM being used in 2025? Open-source reports and satellite imagery show that Russian air bases near Ukraine, Belarus, and the Baltic continue to host these aircraft. They've been seen flying CAP combat air patrol missions, intercepting NATO aircraft, and even launching standoff strikes during regional skirmishes. While they may not grab the headlines like stealth fighters, they are doing the day-to-day work of air defense and offense. There are also rumors that some Su-27SMs have received partial upgrades from the SM-2 and SM-3 projects, bringing their radar and cockpit even closer to 4th generation plus standards. While the Russian military is tight-lipped about specifics, it's likely that select squadrons have received more advanced software updates, newer communication systems, and in some cases, infrared search and track (IRST) sensors that help detect stealth aircraft passively. In simulated dogfights and exercises, the Su-27SM continues to hold its own against 4th-gen fighters like the F-16 and F/A-18. Against stealth fighters like the F-35, it would rely on tactics, numbers, and ground-based radar support to level the playing field. It's not designed to go toe-to-toe with a 5th-gen jet alone, but in a team, it's still dangerous. Another important aspect is cost. The Su-27SM is far cheaper to operate than the Su-57. For a country like Russia facing sanctions and budget pressures in 2025, cost-effective airpower is key. A Su-27SM flight hour costs significantly less than that of a Su-35 or Su-57, making it ideal for routine patrols, training missions, and homeland defense. Looking internationally, several countries continue to operate Su-27 or Su-27 derived aircraft in their air forces. While not all of them are upgraded to SM standard, some, like Belarus and Kazakhstan, have adopted similar modernization packages. Even countries like Vietnam and Indonesia have taken steps to upgrade their Su-27 fleets, inspired in part by the success of the SM program. Despite all this, the Su-27SM is not without limitations in 2025. Its lack of stealth, older airframe design, and limited sensor fusion capabilities mean it can't survive in highly contested airspace without support. In a full-scale war against a peer adversary, Su-27SMS would likely take a support or second-line role, allowing stealth fighters and advanced SAM systems to do the heavy lifting. But that doesn't make them irrelevant. In regional conflicts, counterinsurgency roles, or gray zone operations where enemies don't have full air defenses, the Su-27SM is more than enough to dominate. It's about using the right tool for the job, and for many air forces, the Su-27SM remains a sharp blade. In the final analysis, the Su-27SM is a fighter that reflects Russia's strategic priorities in 2025. It's about making the most of legacy systems, extending operational life, and preparing for full-spectrum warfare without breaking the bank. It doesn't try to be something it's not, it embraces its role as a versatile, powerful, and adaptable platform that continues to earn its place in the sky. From a YouTube perspective, this aircraft represents a fascinating blend of old-school engineering and modern warfare upgrades. It's a story of survival, adaptation, and evolution in the age of stealth, drones, and electronic warfare. It's a reminder that not all powerful weapons are brand new, some of them just refuse to retire. As the world watches the skies over Eastern Europe, the Pacific, and the Arctic, one thing is clear: the Su-27SM is still flying, still fighting, and still proving its worth in 2025. If you found this deep dive into the Su-27SM of 2025 interesting, don't forget to like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to Name for more military tech breakdowns. Whether it's legendary warbirds or cutting-edge stealth platforms, we bring you the real story behind the machines of war. See you in the next video. Let me know if you'd like a thumbnail concept, title, description, tags, or hashtags to go with this.